going to be a lot of question marks, to say the very least, because this first map carries a lot of weight, not just for the entire series, just because you're able to get one up onto the board of this BO5, but just on that overall pacing and confidence for both of these teams.
Yeah, confidence is king for a good reason. Logano with a great early 3K. That's exactly what you want to see from Kaos. They get a big start on the board, is still looking for even more. They've got the P2 spawns ready to go. Slain. They're going to have to find either some points on this P1 or get over to those P2 spawns. But for now, Logano 4 in a row to start him off. He's having a great start to this map as Markel will rip JC off of it. As Logano gets number 5, that's already a good streak for him. He's most of the way to that Hellstorm, especially with the hill time he's able to get here. So he's got an opportunity. He's going to get flanked up here. Number 7 and 8 on your minimap. They have to make a play here to get these P2 spawns. This long wrap gives up a lot of time on P1. 40 seconds on P1 is really impressive, and they get completely shredded. Chaos is all coming up their end right now. What a play early on map 1.
These are the Chaos. They are the team that really thrives upon the momentum. They are not stopping for even a second. A full stop to one of these. Swanky's going to be able to find out one, but immediately gets traded out. Chaos, they're not giving up on these power positions, and they're just able to play this one so smartly. And poor old JC stuck on an island. He's just not going to be able to live through this one. And one after the other, the members of Chaos, they're just in full control. This point is theirs, and there's absolutely no way that Slayn are even going to be able to retake this.
So they get in the front door finally. Logano, the first time he dies is the first time the point comes close to flipping, but a great rebreak from Chaos immediately puts them ahead. I mean, they stay ahead. They're already up 80 points by the end of this hill, and that is a huge lead to have. Look at number 2 on your minimap, though, Blue Gatorade. He's in a great spot, needs to stay alive, but can't. Gets taken down by Spanky. Logano, apologies, no, that's Plix killing Nightmare. Down Spanky and JC find Logano and Plix. Still looking for more is Logano. 1 on this life already. Looking for number 2, Slain. They have the initial rotate. Around the world, though, goes Plix. He finds 1, but immediately gets a second. A little bit of a delay on that second one. A little bit of an awkward fight, but number 3 already found before the trade can come through. A huge 3K from Plix. All 4 of these Chaos players are firing also on all cylinders right now.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of this game mode. You just allow the momentum to run through, and an instant swap can also come through from the opposition here as Slayn finally getting the control that they need and the positions that they wanted to hold, being comfortable in the places that you hold here on hardpoint. It's going to be so crucial for them, but with 8 seconds for the flip to come through, the next point pretty much in for the books. The members of Chaos, they have the setup. They just need to find that opening frag to stop the members from Slayn from running into them.
And they get a couple openers. There's the 2. Like you said, they need the early ones. 2 trades back will still benefit Slayn for now, as they need to get in back and disrupt the spawn. They've done it beautifully, as it's just down to Plix and Logano in position to try to make something happen. Logano going to get flanked up, and Plix the next to fall. As a great response from Slayn. That's exactly what they needed. They needed a fast break to keep these points flowing. Even with a great P4, they're going to be on the outside looking in points-wise. They have a great opportunity here if they can hold on. Great kills, though, from Logano. He gets a couple before falling. Markel gets 1. JC and Bull going to get a couple, though, for Slayn to keep this hill in their name. They keep the back spawns, and now it's Chaos just trying to hold them back from P5.
I need to try and make this one work in some way, shape, or form. The way that Slayn have been playing, it's quite tough for you to try and brute force these fights. The trade's not really working out in their favor. JC, a little bit dicey there when it came down to the overall shots for that trade. And Chaos, they're going to be able to slip through the cracks, get the hard point for themselves. Let's just take it away here. 50 seconds on, the members of Slayn, they need to try and break forward into this, but Chaos, they're just not giving up an inch of space to them whatsoever. But even then, Slayn, they're able to take it over. They have the points now taking in their favor. Spawns coming through. No real spawn traps being set up whatsoever by the members of Slayn. They're just trying to play for the objective, which is smart from them. But overall, they're getting corralled in towards the corner, but still they're able to capitalize and turn things around. The members of Slayn, they're able to hold on to the point, but not for long, because Chaos, they're able to flood through and take over control once again.
It's really hard to get a spawn out on this P5, so you've just got to fly at the hill and try to make your life worth as much as it can be. Markel in position, gets 1, gets 2, will get taken down there by Spanky. Still looking for more on this hill. But there's only 4 seconds left. Slain, they'll get the rest of the scrap. They're down about 40 points at the end of the first rotation. Need to make up that deficit at some point. Initially, though, this P1 will be in favor of Kaos. Good first kill there from JC to try to get something going for Slain, but the 2 trades back are more than enough to keep Kaos in control of that. They need to keep this P2 under wraps for the side of Kaos. They're the ones with control of it already, but look at number 6 on your minimap. Oh, a disconnect at a pretty awkward time here for Slain, but they got to play on. They got to keep things going, keep it on. They got to get it going. The Strider shots from both sides. Nightmare just to be able to find that one. It's just barely enough. As Spanky able to find one there in a Markel. Still fighting forwards and fighting in a Chaos. Up a number, but it does not matter. Slain, they find the shots regardless. They're just trying to buy time and not go down too much. Waiting for that reconnect.
Able to survive this one, but for Slain, as long as they get the points taking back into their favor, this is going to be perfect for them. Logano, though, instantly trades back and answers in kind. They're going to be able to take over point control once again. 141 just taken away one after the other. The trades are good coming through from the members of Slain, but still they need to establish control to a certain degree. They're not yet taking the fights together as a squad, and the members of Slain, they're trickling through in the worst possible way, but Frankie and Vogue able to answer back in time. But Chaos, they're not ready to give this one up whatsoever. The hard point's now over. They need to try and go in for another corner. JC with a double, and here are the members of Slain to completely flood through and take control. The points now taking back into their favor. 30 seconds left in, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to equalize this one through just from this one second.
It's going to be a tough rest of the hold. Spanky spawns out a little bit, but he catches the timing because of it on the Markel. Still looking for more. Ball able to grab one there on the Logano. Plex will grab one before getting taken down, but it's not enough. As Chaos, they get absolutely shredded on that P1 into P2, especially with the disconnect. It's absolute domination from Slain in the 3v4. They buy time for Volk to get in, and ever since he got back, he's 4-2. He's feeling it. Does drop there to Logano. He's feeling it himself. 24, now 25 and 17 for him. An absolutely fantastic performance, but an individual one at that. Chaos, the rest of them need to step up, especially Markel and Plex, not having the greatest map for themselves just this far in. They still have the lead for now, but not much longer if this keeps going this way. They've got the P4 spawns with this P3. A lot of valuable time to be had here for the side of Chaos, especially since they got absolutely bodied on the last P4.
Try and make this one work soon, and unless they're able to do so, this is not going to be looking that good for them. Members of Slain, they're trickling away a lot of the points here. 15 seconds left on the clock. Better to just set up for this next hard point. You can't really risk this whatsoever. Trickling out on a couple of these players at the bare minimum wants to try and force out these respawns and possibly play for the scraps here. This is pretty smart. The members of Slain, they're able to get a couple of ticks in, take it over to 168 at the bare minimum, but their setup's not looking as clean as they could have hoped for this next hard point.
Yeah, great play from Logano. He hits that long route so early on to hold the spawns. Will get taken down by Volk, but this break, still, they need the back spawns. Logano spawning out back is so huge right now for the rest of Chaos. He's right back in the fight after getting a positive trade. Markella and him combined for a couple. Still on the outside looking in. Plex grabs one onto Volk. As Slain this time can't get much going onto this P4. Last time it was an immediate break. This time, Chaos, they learn from their mistakes and they get a great hold. Even if they find the break now, Slain, it's only 15 seconds, but even still, it's an absolute mop up from Chaos. They're going to get within 20 points of the win here.
Been God's work out here pretty much at this stage of the game. The members of Chaos, they're in full control and isolating all the members of Slain in the worst possible situations, and the shots just keep on connecting. Chaos, they're in absolute utter domination at this stage of the game, and they are not ready to give up whatsoever. They're going to keep the ball rolling in their park, and they are making sure that the members of Slain are in a stranglehold, but Volk trying to turn this one back, and finally we see life coming in from Slain. Getting those 3 frags is going to be big, but never mind. I take it all back. This was a team kill coming in from the grenade. Nightmare is going to be able to come around the corner and get another one for his entire team. And Chaos, they're just trickling things away one after the other. The shots do connect, and they are in control. 20 seconds left on the clock, and there's no way they're going to be able to answer back in kind. The comeback is just not going to happen, and it is going to be Chaos who take back number 1.
Yeah, big first map out of Chaos. I mean, an unfortunate disconnect at one point for Slain, but going wrong. It takes a really strong voice on your team to pull the mental back into sorts, as now heading into this map too, Slain, they're the ones that need to change something up. We're on Hacienda now. They've got an opportunity to do it.
This is going to be working out well for them. It's Chaos already up and over, in control, trying to go in for the hit here already. You can tell all their players are just primed and ready for this first initial hit. The 1-for-1 trade now going in their favor. This is a lot more of a tactical approach compared to a lot of the other teams that we witnessed from today. S&D meant to be played out in such a slow fashion. They do get the bomb planted though, as Slain not really playing for the objective here. Do get caught out in a retake situation, and this is going to be a difficult one for them to break into, considering the amount of information that the members of Chaos are able to gain.
Yeah, look at Markel. I mean, he's in such an advanced position that he catches one sleeping. Logano going to grab one as well. Second on the round for him, and it's up to Nightmare in a 1v3. A lot to do, and he's not even going to be able to get it started. Chaos, they have a great first round, especially after Slain got that first blood onto Plix. I mean, that is one way to start a map if you're Chaos. 3K from Logano, just like the last one started with him on a hot streak.
Absolutely. Chaos is just the king of momentums at this point, and I didn't really notice this, but 3 members of Chaos are running the exact same skin on all of their characters. Now that is going to be a confusing feat, especially for the members of Slain if they're able to catch him off. But at the end of the day, Chaos, they just look to be so much more coordinated when you look at the way that they're playing. They're not really afraid to take a lot of these fights, but now that they're on the defensive side, let's see how that coordination is going to help them here. Already first kill coming through. The trades are just perfect. The members of Slain in control. They take down 2, and that's almost perfect for them. Chaos, they now need to retake themselves in towards this B side.
A little bit of an awkward fight there. Plex wasn't able to find a huge fight that could have tried to flip the round, but Slain, they'll comfortably slide into a 1-1 tie-up here in S&D. That's exactly where they wanted to find themselves, not in the order they wanted to, but a great second round out of them will continue to keep this series more than close. I mean, that first map, as much as it was a 75-point differential, some of those hills got close quick. So a lot of these opportunities are going to come down to some thin margins, so you're more than happy to win a round where you've got the numbers more than in your favor.
See where this is going to go for them here as well. Good early nade here to try and do that chip damage right around the corner. They're able to flood their way through. They put all their eggs in one basket pretty much. It's an absolute bloodbath in towards this B side. Spanky's trying to make a massive wraparound over from the opposite end, trying to maybe catch out one of the players, but with him being the only one alive, down over into a 2v1, Slane's chances of winning this round look slim, but knowing Spanky, he's done more miracles in the past than we could count.
Yeah, as much as this play is going to work from Chaos, I'm not a fan of the rotation over to this A side. You have to re-clear essentially the entire map. You have no idea where Spanky was. I mean, it does end up working out. They're able to get this bomb plant down. They're able to get into more or less any position they want, except for this top Raptors spot Spanky's found himself in, but that could have got dangerous fast in the 1v2. I mean, you're holding hands, so you should be able to find that trade, but Spanky now given an opportunity to try to find 2 individual 1v1s as Plix has split up from Markel. They're playing their own games right now. Sometimes that's what you need to bleed the clock, as that clock really starts to go and starts to become a problem. You're going to need a solid amount of time, and there's just not enough left. I mean, Slain sort of play themselves out of this round. Ooh, dangerous gunfight to try to go for. This could get close, but not enough time. I mean, Chaos, they start caring less when it stops mattering, but even still, they'll find that kill in the end. I mean, it's a tough 1v2 regardless, but you've got to at least try to make a play there.
Yeah, he spent a little bit too long trying to figure out the different positions, especially with the amount of noise that was being made by Spanky there. The members of Chaos just had a zero in on what position he was playing for. Didn't really have to worry about much at the end of the day. With that, the members of Chaos are able to get the second point on the board, going over now to the defensive side. let's see exactly what the setups are going to look like from them, because from what we have seen, the members of Slain, they love to go in for that attack side, but when you put all of your eggs in one basket there, the members of Chaos just they look as clean as they would have wanted to be. Perfect control over towards the mid side here already. You can tell that the members of Chaos, they are now in control with the first initial kill. That was beautiful. A duck down over towards the bullets, and they're just able to clean everything up. Chaos, clean, flawless, I do believe, for this round win.
Do believe they dropped one, but that, I mean, I'll agree with you 100%. Clean round. As we watch this replay from Flix, I mean, that's a tough one to lose if you're Slain. That is a huge opportunity. Now, you've got to start putting some rounds on the board here if you're Slain. You've got to pull within one here. The 2-round lead starts to become one that you've got to pay attention to. As Logano already 6-2. I mean, he's playing absolute lights out right now. In our last match of the day, again, Chaos gets off to a great start in the round. Bull able to grab one as a trade back there onto Markel. Still not enough to pull this back by itself. Logano, apologies, no, it was Plix getting that one before getting traded down. Trying to make their way in quickly towards the B, trying to find a planter, but there's nothing to find for Spanky. There's another 1v2 retake.
What a shot, Spanky. That tracking was immaculate coming out from it. Still a chance and an opportunity. His position's already revealed, and Chaos, they are not shying away from him 1v1. He gets the info, and he is so ready to take this duel. He does not give a damn. Chaos, this confidence will take you very far.
Yeah, huge confidence and huge plays to back it. I mean, the clutch has come big for Chaos so far this map, and they are looking to end this one early. I mean, I wouldn't have expected one to be this close, but it's just not enough. It's an opportunity that Chaos, I mean, they've got to convert on something like this with a lead like this. Slain, they've got to change up something if they want to get back into it.
Not looking to be in the best of positions just yet. Swings out already. That's going to be the first instantaneous trade, but still, members of Chaos in towards the lead, down over to a 3v2 now. Big flank coming in from Blix here, all the way towards the back. He missed out on the shot, and that is going to hurt them. That's the flank now completely opened up. That's going to be the instant call for the members of Slain to make this rotation happen. You do not want to stay there whatsoever. Maybe get a possible catch here. Spanky, again, missed out opportunities. These shots will be costly because now Chaos, they're still a man up when you could have taken it over into a 2v2. They make the rotation now, but maybe Plix, he could just get caught out. One position's already spotted. Plix playing for the information, sliding on them. He went in for the 360 as well. This is the cleanup now. Spanky, he needs to go in strong. He does find the 2, and now it's down to a 1v1.
Oh, initial chow. Logano's going to find him. That could have got dangerous, especially with how clean those first 2 kills were in the HP department. But 5-1 Chaos, they're in the lead. They have an opportunity. And they convert big. A really close fight. Logano just barely on the higher end of it. But Slain, they're going to need 5 in a row now. That's a very, very tall task, especially with how well Chaos are playing right now.
Sanity is at key here pretty much for all of this. May the Chaos have been playing, this lead looks to be going in their favor. We were making the predictions in a lot of different ways here. But for Chaos, even with a substitute on their team, this squad just looks to be hyped up and ready. Good God, Spanky though finally answers back in kind. He does take down multiple of these players. Logano now being the raid boss on the server, still trying to go in for the hold, using them one as a body shield. He's going around the corner, goes for the shot, but he doesn't really get the kill. Slain finally coming through strong. Slide was beautiful.
Logano almost found that 1v3. That would have been a hell of a way to clean up the map, but even still. Slain, they get back into the Spanky. I mean, 11-5. He is really showing up here for Slain. The rest of the team, though, just a step behind Chaos. And that's something they have to change. I mean, they got the ball rolling. 11-5 for Spanky. Has to be the springboard they use to take any amount of positioning into this map. mean, you know you're heading to protocol control. It's not a map that a lot of these teams really like playing. It turns out to be just defender rounds winning over and over again a lot of the time. You don't want to go into a dicey map like that down 0-2 if you're Slain.
I'm gonna need to question where this is gonna go now. Already the members of Slain losing out on a key member here. Oh, pretty much one of those players that you want to have on your side, but Flix being able to find out too. It's all up to Spanky once again. 11-5, the raid boss on the server for the side of Slain. Now stepping up to the plate, his position already revealed, and a quick slide down from the side of Chaos to finish things off. That is the second map for you, ladies and gentlemen. The members of Chaos, they take this victory.